Okay, so let us continue with Nash Therapeutics study streak and two interesting remedies we'll discuss today from Nash Therapeutics study streak. If you are new to Homeosetu, I urge you all to go to basic books, Allen's Keynotes, Boric, Nash Therapeutics, and then refer the latest Materia Medica or the latest repertories because there is a lot of garbage out there. And I'm here, Dr. Alpesh Oza from Homeosetu to help clear the garbage and reach the source and know what we need to understand clinically to practice good homeopathy and not just anyone coming out there and telling you anything. There is a lot of gas homeopathy, I would say. So the two remedies we'll discuss today are laccan and kali sulfuricum. Now, these two remedies are not related to each other, not at all. But Dr. Nash had probably missed out on writing about Kali sulf in the description of the Kali remedies. That is why I included over here. Plus, he was writing about laccan, and laccan is a remedy which has great changeability or diagonal complaints or some sort of here and there complaints, opposites. That is why he must have thought that Kali Sulf would be a good choice to write after Laccan. That's why he has written one after the other. Laccan first and then Kali Sulf. Well, in Laccan, what does Dr. Nash say is that there is no typical materia medica which he mentions. And there are just cases and cases which he tells us to get inspired. So the first thing what he says is that he was very skeptical about including this remedy for his prescriptions, and he thought what good will this remedy do, uh, just being some milk of an animal. But he had read the age old quote from Dr. Hahnemann, whom his father had given: prove all things, hold fast that which is good. So he thought, why not I will examine and see what happens with this particular substance. Let me see. Interestingly, he had a case of inflammatory rheumatism which was not improving. And like all homeopaths, we all fail. And Dr. Nash is one of the homeopaths who proudly claims in his book that he failed in some cases and he prescribed the next remedy, which he describes further. So, Laccan is one of such remedies where he gave pulsatilla first to the patient of inflammatory rheumatism because the complaints were migrating from one joint to another. But later on, he saw that after pulsatilla did not help, he found that the complaints were also diagonal or crosswise. That's where he gave Laccan, and he gave Laccan in CM potency. This cured the patient very quickly. So this was the first place where he developed the confidence for prescribing Laccan more often. Next case he gives is a case of scarlatina. Now, back then, just like nowadays, we have influenza since the last 4 years, and we had also influenza, way back, like say 10 years ago, in different forms coming every year, every few months, like the season changes. So that time when Dr. Nash was practicing, there was scarlatina, which was very much widespread, throat red, swollen full, and there was lot of restlessness, lot of pain in the legs. Like any homeopath, one would give Rustox, and he gave Rustox. It failed to relieve. Patient moved and tossed from side to side. Then, what is interesting is that Dr. Nash saw that the complaints were better in one part but got aggravated in the opposite part. One part of the throat improves, other gets worse, other gets better, again the first one gets aggravated. Pain in the limbs, restlessness, and throat red and swollen, and pain alternating sides. Leg can CM potency again he cured. So My dear friends, if you are struggling with throat pains or pharyngitis, laryngitis, and the complaints keep on migrating from one part to another, or the complaints are diagonally present in a particular patient, think of prescribing Laccan, one of the top remedies you shouldn't ignore from the animal kingdom. Another case by Dr. Nash. Now, this is an eye opener and also an inspiration because it is like a fight, a jugalbandi between allopathic case and homeopathic case. So, it is very interesting if you get a chance to do like this and you succeed. There is lot of applause waiting for you. And what happened with Dr. Nash was similar. There were two cases of tonsillitis in two homes, and Dr. Nash took up one case and told the allopath to take the other case. And they competed with each other to see which one has the fastest cure without suppuration taking place. Now, imagine in today's time, if you were to do like this, you will be on lines in the newspaper. That's what Dr. Nash did. And you will get goosebumps when you read this case that Dr. Nash, when he saw the patient, the swelling began on one side, okay, suppose in the throat, and then it was worse on the other side. And then the first side got better and the next got aggravated. He told the patient and the relatives, and he thought himself that if this is better and this is worse, tomorrow it will improve. But what happened was this got better the next day, and then this got aggravated, the first side. So he got more, challenged by this case. He prescribed Laccan CM potency. In 6 hours, the both the sides swelling reduced. The patient could swallow fluids, drinks after 6 hours of the dose. Earlier, there was choking, there was struggling, there was strangling. The fluids came out from the mouth, from the nose, and the case improved in Dr. Nash's hands without proceeding to suppuration, something that allopathic doctor failed, and something that the allopathic case, which was being handled parallelly as a competition or a challenge, went on to suppuration, and it took 1 more week longer to cure. So the choice of remedy and the choice of potency by Dr. Nash is very interesting. If you see, he has described Laccan and CM potency right from the beginning. Nowadays, we are fearing to give even 1M potency or 10M potency. Why is it so? If the symptoms match, if the totality matches, just go ahead and prescribe. If you are in doubt, I have already told earlier as well. If you are in doubt, monitor the patient every hour. Tell him that, like in allopathy, we need to change the dosages, so we will change your medicine dosage, or maybe change the medicine. Give him SOS 3 4 medicines so that they don't have to rush back and forth. That is the secret to treating acute cases rapidly, gently, and permanently. So Dr. Nash, after this jugalbandi of allopathic cases, he mentioned that another victory was scored for homeopathy, and I have continued to verify the characteristic of erratic pains and alternating sides for lac caninum. Again, now he wanted to explore more of lac caninum, and this is what a new homeopath should also do if you get a chance. He proved the remedy on 3 people, and what is interesting that 2 people amongst the 3 were very skeptical. They were telling that what good or bad this milk will do to us, this potentized milk, if they couldn't do in some characters in Roman mythology. Something like wolf's milk was given to 2 characters in Roman mythology and they couldn't do any harm. So the 2 people out of the 3 who were proving the lac can remedy, they told Dr. Nash that what good or bad this will do, this will just pass on like that. But shockingly, both of these patients developed severe pain in the throat and tonsillitis. And the third patient, who was a lady, she got severe cough and soreness of the chest for a week. So this was the proving by Dr. Nash way back in early 1900s, and he got good results and was more happy and more confident about lactam. Another remedy what Dr. Nash mentions, and this is worthy of note, that when writing about Kali's, Dr. Nash left this one out. There is no proving of this remedy, and it is mentioned by Schussler, and he says, Dr. Nash also says that this is very similar to pulsatilla. We all know from different materia medicas. But what he says is that Kali self is more deeper in action, and it is useful to complement pulsatilla. So wherever in your patients, now if you are following Homeosetu on various social media platforms, you will see that there was a post we mentioned few days ago that every remedy in the plant kingdom has its analog or complementary remedy, or a kind of a mineral remedy presence of that relationship. If you are able to understand this relationship between the animal and between the plant and the mineral kingdom remedies, you will succeed in complementing in the case much faster, and the cure will be more rapid, more permanent, and more longer duration. Maybe the recurrence will not happen even further. In cases of pulsatilla, when the patient has come to a stagnancy, Kali self can be given. This is what Dr. Nash mentions in his book Leaders in Homeopathic Therapeutics, where we study these particular nuggets. He gives five or six important points of Kali self before signing off. First thing is yellow green discharge from the mucous membrane. Second thing is evening aggravation of fever. Third thing is amelioration in open air. Fourth thing is aggravation in heated air, and fifth thing is loose cough with rattling of mucus. So I think he has mentioned only 4 points, not 5 points, not 6 points. It's erroneously mentioned. So loose cough with rattling of mucus. Many patients will come to you and tell you that the cough cannot be brought out. What can we do to bring the cough out? We are unable to bring it out. The patient has a good vitality, no sleepiness, no dullness. Kali self is the remedy that you can think of. If the sleepiness comes on soon after, you can think of antidote. So Kali self is used by Dr. Nash in 30th potency. If you get a chance to use in 200 or 1 m, well and good. There is no debate about potency in acute cases. Go ahead with your experience and prescribe and experiment and prove all things, hold fast that which is good. So that's all from Homeosetu right now. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, and Threads also. Stay tuned for interesting announcement very soon for all homeopathic learners.